Hello, everyone. We've got commentary this morning from the office next door. Good morning. Welcome to High Vibes. Michelle House here from Rich Living. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Okay. For those of you who are regular viewers of mine, all know of my beautiful husband, Jonathan, who happens to be next door this morning giving running commentary on everything I'm saying. Hopefully that's not going to last too long. Good morning, Georgina. How are you? Lovely to see you. Nice to see you. I can see some people joining. That's good. It's really interesting. After I've been away for a week, it's actually one of the things that I worry, well, that I fear. One of the fears is having a break from the 5:55s because I think, oh, if I have a break and then I come back and do it, I'm not going to have all the people back that I had, and I'm going to lose everybody. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, Emma. I know you're all there. I know you're all there. So it's good to just move through the fears anyway. Hey, good morning, Michelle. How are you this morning? How are you? What's the weather doing over in your corner of the world? The UK? The UK, I think. Good morning, Robin. Hi, nice to see you. Hashtag non-creepy stalkers. Thanks, Emma. Hey, Melinda. Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're okay. Oh my God. Hey, Kate. Nice to see you. Michelle, it's snowing. Still. It's still snowing. Aren't you going into summer? Good morning, Melly. Look, there you all are. I have nothing to fear. And then on Monday when I came back, I went, yeah, didn't think that through, that there would be a public holiday on the Tuesday and that you would be going to the dawn service, did you? Hey? And look at you, you're all here this morning. Good morning. Good morning, Gemma. Good morning. Oh, love it. Love it. So, hello. We all have fears. We all have fears. So what I wanted to share with you was what happened yesterday. Yesterday here in Australia was Anzac Day, as all of the Aussies would know. But for those of you that are watching from overseas, Anzac Day, it's a day where we remember the soldiers from Australia and New Zealand. Anyway, we have a dawn service in the morning, so the day gets started nice and early. The kids are up, everybody's up, and off we go. And I just, that whole getting up early in the morning, just having the kids do it as well, the day is longer. It lasts longer. Everybody had a nap. It was just easy. It was a really lovely day, but it was chocker filled with stuff. We got home last night, and at 6:30, Kate's my 11-year-old, goes, what time is it? So she'd already had a nap during the day. I said, it's 6:30. She goes, oh my God, it feels like 9:30. It feels like 9:30. So I guess what I want to share with you is, that whole thing of being productive, being in tune, following the signs. Look at the card I pulled today. Oh, where are we? Messages, signs, symbol, and guidance. Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening. So anyway, yesterday we came back from the service, and I went straight back and had a quick nap. I was a bit tired, and then I woke up like wide awake and I went, okay, gardening. Now, let me give you the backstory. At the retreat on the weekend, or last week, whenever it was, seems like eons ago, we wrote down all the things that we loved doing. So all the things that we've ever loved doing, all the way back to our childhood. So I started writing things recent kind of things that I love doing. Go for a walk and going to the gym and doing the high vibes. And so I was doing, all of those things. And then in the next column, we wrote how long ago since we did that. So, the first couple are like, oh, last week and yesterday. And then I went a bit deeper. I went, okay, so what did I love to do in my 30s? What did I love to do in my 20s? What did I love to do when in my 10s? What did I love to do as a teenager? What did I love to do when I was... And one of the things I loved as a kid was make mud pies. I loved making mud pies and getting my hands into the mud and rolling it up and getting all squishy and dirty and muddy. I loved it. I loved horse riding. as a teenager, we lived near a horse riding place where every weekend we'd go for an hour, my sister and I, and we would hire the horse for an hour and we'd go for these big long canters through this kind of bush, but it had this really big straight bit where we do these big long canters on the horse. And I loved it. It was the freedom and just the like the rush of the riding of the horse and getting your heart rate up. I loved it. I also loved what were some of the other things I loved? Oh, I loved making fairy gardens. Did anyone else love making fairy gardens? You get your little flower and you put a little flower with your little pebbles. I loved making fairy gardens. And then on the other side of the page, we wrote how long ago since we've done this stuff. And I have not done that stuff for 40 years. 40 years I haven't done things that I love to do. I haven't been on a horse for 30 years. I loved it. I would have done it every weekend for 2 years. And I loved it. I haven't danced, like learned dances since I was 15. I used to love learning a choreographed dance. So all of these wonderful, beautiful, playful things that I realized with quite some level of sadness that I don't do anymore. Why? Why don't I do that? Why don't I just go and make a mud pie? And then my sensible, logical brain kicks in and goes, well, because you're 45, because you run your own business, because you homeschool your kids, because you have to cook dinner, because you've got to do the washing. And I go, I know all those things have got to get done, and they will get done. But what about me? Where am I going to have playful, joyful fun in my life? And it doesn't even have to be Yahoo mud pies, slinging mud pies around everywhere and being silly and crazy. Yes, that's going to be great fun. But it's also just doing things that I feel that are just for me. And one of those things was gardening. When we moved into this house, probably, gee whiz, 13 years ago now, 12, 13 years ago, we fully renovated it and fully did all the gardens, and John did an amazing job of landscaping and I did an amazing job of the gardens. And just outside my window here, I have this beautiful row of gardenias. And I used to every couple of weekends, I'd go down there and I'd potter. So I wouldn't do anything drastic. I'd just potter. Like I'd go and I'd look at the leaves and I'd go and I'd cut off what needed to be cut off and I'd loosen up the soil around the roots and I'd potter just up and down, just pottering. And I haven't done that for so long that they're dead. So these things used to flourish and they'd have these beautiful green leaves and this beautiful perfume and beautiful aroma of the gardenia. And they would waft through the whole house because there was a whole row down the side of the house of them. And then I neglected them. I didn't care for them. I got busy. What I did was I put my personal cup filling stuff to the bottom and did busy instead. And I did busy. I was busy doing this. I was too busy to garden. What about the garden? I'm too busy. I'm too busy. I'm too busy. It was more important for me to be busy up here in my head than to be somewhere in a space just for me. Now, I never intended to do the gardening from a space of, righto, Michelle, today is the day that you need to fill your cup. Why don't you go down and do some gardening and that will fill your cup? Like, it wasn't like that. I was drawn to do it. I'd wake up in the morning and I would go, I think I might just potter around the garden for a little bit. And I would go and do it. It wasn't scheduled. It wasn't anything. It was just something that I felt drawn to do. So I went out, anyway, long story short, I went out there yesterday and I got stuck into the garden. So I reckon it would be probably since Lockie was born, maybe 8 years that garden has not been tended to. And it looked dreadful. Like I'd pull up this blind here and I'd go, oh, I need to do the gardening. I need to do the gardening. I need to do the gardening. And it was, then I start feeling guilty and I have this blur energy about it and then I never get around to it. What the retreat did for me was it made me see what brings me joy. And what, the hard work that you put into gardening, like it's physically, I'm sore today. I was a bit puffed and it was really hot and I was drinking out of the hose while I was gardening. and I was muddy and I was dirty, and I took my journal. Look at my journal, it's filthy. And you know what happened to me while I was out there? I asked the question, show me the next obvious step, not in relation to what to do today, what to do with my business, what to do with my health, what to do with my money, what to do with anything. Just show me the next obvious step. And I was out there and I took my diary. Who takes their diary out to the garden? Journal out to the garden. But I took my journal out there and I had two amazing, inspiring thoughts land in my brain from nowhere. And they landed and I went, what? Kind of like, what? Why are you thinking about that? What? So being in that space of connection with the earth for me, connection to something that brings me so much satisfaction. And, I get a little bit OCD and I'm trimming it and I'm cutting it. I got the big cutters out and, some of them are dead, but a lot of them, I think I can bring a lot of them back. I should show you a before picture. I reckon a lot of them I can bring back. We just need to, play with the soil and fix it up a bit. But it's exciting that I can bring that all back to the way that it was and bring it back to life. That has nothing to do with money worries. It has nothing to do with relationship worries. It has nothing to do with health worries. It's just me doing something that I love to do. And I don't know if it comes across on the video here this morning, but hopefully you can feel that and see that. And my vibration has been raised, not just by the 5 minutes of, well, never 5 minutes, by High Vibes live feed. There's something, like I've kind of got a big medicinal dose of high vibrations that will last a little bit longer than a quick fix. Does that make sense? So what I'm really committed to doing for myself over the next lifetime, I was going to say over the next what? what I'm really committed to doing for me is doing that connection in the morning and saying, what's going to bring me joy today? Actually, Susan Pierce talked about this at the retreat. I think she did an experiment for a whole year, or where can I find the joy? I think it was, where can I find the joy today? So that's what I'm going to be doing every morning for forever, as long as I'm thinking about it and I'm in this space or something else comes along that inspires me to do differently. I will be asking that question, what will bring me joy today? And how can I bring joy to this situation? How can this situation be joyful? For me, today's Wednesday, and it's a money day for me where I go through and I check our bank accounts and do our payments and whatever needs to happen for both the business and the household. And I can feel the drudgery starting to kick in my voice. How can I bring joy to that today? How can I do that differently today? So for me, I'm actually out and about today, so I can't really light a candle. I can't really, well, I could turn up the music, but I'll probably be in a library. So that mightn't work. So how can I bring joy to that situation? So maybe that's something that you guys can do as well. Where is it that you've lost the joy? Something else that happened to me, I'm just looking at all your comments. I'll come to them at the end. Something else that I did, it's actually not been that long since I made mud pies, by the way. My beautiful friend Isabella Carter, who was the illustrator or the artist in the Rich Living Planner, she did a day a couple of years ago, gosh, 4 or 5 years ago was probably the last time I made a mud pie, where she had all of these childhood activities going where we could just go and have fun for the day. So we did water sliding down her hill in her backyard on the, soapy tarps. I was really sore the next day after that. It's been a long time since I've done that one. We did, playing in the mud, and we had a big mud fight, which was great fun. We played elastics. Do you remember playing elastics? We did that. I think we even did hopscotch. But we did all of these things which brought back that joy and that fun and that love. So maybe it's even grabbing a couple of girlfriends together and going, you know what, let's do something really crazy. One of the things I loved to do when I was younger was roller skate. I'm going to go roller skating, but not take the kids. Do it for you and your girlfriends. You know, I always go, oh, I really love roller skating. I must share that experience with the kids. No, do it for you, then do it with the kids later. Do it for you first. Do it for you first. All right, so I'm just going to go through and say a quick hello and have a look at your comments. Emma's saying daisy chains. Yeah, daisy chains were always beautiful and fun to make. Good morning, Lisa. You're back. Um, Emma, I remember making up dances in the library courtyard in primary school to Mickey. Oh, Mickey, it's so fun, you blew my mind. Hey, Mickey. Go on, hey, Mickey. Jumping in puddles, plenty of opportunities in your weather over there, Michelle. Gemma, the word pottering. I know, Emma, those bloody voices. Yes, Gemma, into your garden tomorrow. And you know, one of the things that stopped me from going into the garden was that it was going to be too big a job, and that we were going to have to get new soil, and we were going to have to do this, and we were going to have to bring all this stuff in to fix it. And I just let all that go and went, I'm just going to wander and see what needs to be done, and just kind of, it just automatically unfolded what needed to be done. I didn't go with a plan. Jonathan wanted me to go with the plan. You still listening? Jonathan wanted me to go with the plan. And I said, you know what? I just need to just do this to get my creativity flowing again. So just saw Gemma saying your garden's overwhelming. So just do a little pocket. Just go, you know what? I'm just going to do around this bush today. I've actually got the whole front garden as well that I need to do. And there's a lot more that we need to do on that. But I feel fulfilled and I feel satisfied that I was able to do that. Kate loves gardening. Emma, this year my word is epic joy. I've kind of lost that over the last few weeks. Okay, maybe it will be epic joy to go roller skating. Or, you know, even going to the movies by yourself and eating a choc top ice cream. I don't know, whatever it is that's just for you, that has no attachment or reason for doing it. You know, sometimes I would, you know, go to the beach because you need to get clear and because you need to do this because you've got to do that. Go to the beach, go to the beach. That's not the point. Go into the garden. Oh, there's those voices. Oh, look, my bra strap's been showing that whole time. I didn't even look. Oh, Emma, might have to meet you at the Sunshine Coast. There's a roller skating rink there. Yeah, might have to go and do some speed skating. Did I just have another voice? I did. All right, I will see you tomorrow morning for some high vibes, and you can all share with me over in the Rich Living Room what you are going to do today that's going to bring joy to a situation. Can you do that? So jump over, and maybe, Robin, we could go hashtag bring the joy, hashtag bring the joy. And let's go have a look in there and see what you can bring joy to. If you're going, oh my God, I've got this thing that I've got to do and I cannot see the frickin' joy that I'm going to be able to bring, post that in there and let's see if we can all help each other find some joy. All right. We don't have to save joy till Christmas. We can do joy in April. All right, guys. I love you. See you tomorrow. Bye.